Alright, this is the first video that I'm posting, long form. So hopefully this doesn't flop. Probably will, because first video never goes well. We have a calm chest and back day. Nothing too crazy. So, yeah. The whole idea for the channel is... Oh, sorry. The whole idea for the channel is just copy what Sam Sulik does, word for word, idea for idea, and then hope you don't get sued. Alright, first exercise. So the first exercise I'm going to be doing, or I like to start with for my chest and back days, is pull-ups. It helps me warm up my lats and also stretch. I do 3 sets to failure on here. So, yippee. Okay. Yeah. My calisthenics aren't very good, but, you know, we'll work on it. Progress takes time, time takes progress. What? I don't know what I'm saying. Alright, so finished up with the last 2 sets of pull-ups. Next, I like to move on to lat pull-downs, really focus on that lat in the beginning of my workouts for chest and back. So we're over at the pull-downs. For pull-downs, since I'm already warmed up from the pull-ups, I just do 2 to failure while still trying to control it as best as I can. Yippee. Cool. Yippee. Good set. I think that was 8 reps. I have to wash it back though. So, yeah, yippee, I guess. Yeah. To an extent, I would say the camera is kind of like a bonus because I want to look good for the camera, so it makes me work just a little bit harder. Not much, but, you know, still helps getting that, like, extra partial rep and whatnot. But, yeah, hopefully I don't only record when I don't only try hard when I'm recording, because I get used to, like, wanting to look good for the camera. But, you know, for now, it's a nice little boost. But, yeah, second set. Yeah, forgot I had my head so a little hiccup there. But now, second set.
that was eight full reps, one semi-rep. I don't want to call it partial because I'm halfway there. But partial. I'm gonna catch my breath, drink water, wipe down, and on to the next.
And we're moving on to a voiceover because my mic died. But next up, we had 2 sets to failure of wide grip rows for the thickness of the back, because who doesn't like thick things? Okay, now that we are done with the wide grip rows, I didn't add the second set, but here we have some incline dumbbell presses where I did one warm up with 30s and then I moved up to 60s for the very first time. And I was just talking about how I wanted to get okay form. Like, obviously, I still want decent form, but it wasn't going to be perfect because it was a new weight and all that. But yippee! Feels super schizophrenic right now talking to my phone. But you know what? It's all a process. Anyway, let's go hit that set or something like that. No. Please do ignore my little preset ritual here. I don't know what kind of head bobbing I was doing, but I mean, it got me in the zone. And here, I think we got like 4 reps, and that was very subpar. It wasn't the best form, but you know what? It's okay. I'm not going to add the second set just to save a little bit of time, because I know attention span isn't something we all have. Moving on. Boom, moving on to the next thing. I had some seated chest press because we hit the upper chest with those incline presses. Now we want to hit the mid chest, I think that's what you call it, with the chest presses. And then finally we were going to finish off with some pec deck and check the pump, do some cardio after, which is just what I'm explaining. Obviously, that's the point of the voiceover. I feel really weird explaining what a voiceover is and voiceover. But anyway, I had 2 sets to failure here. This is just my first set to failure that I've added in to the video, at least. Yada bing, yada boom. Next set, yada do. Yeah, whatever that means. Finally, last exercise of the workout, not the exercise. But again, I never really go over 2 sets to failure. So this is just the first set that I've added in here for pec deck fly, or pec fly, or pectoral fly, whatever you want to call it. And after this, we're gonna go check out the pump that I will unfortunately have to narrate because my mic still is dead. Can't really change that much. And then after all that, we are going to do some cardio to finish off the day. Yippee! I'm on track to beat so many goals.
Okay,
We have
so
finally made it to the pump.
my second set
So
of pec deck flies.
let's finally
got
unveil what this workout has
or no,
brought
not
us,
completely. I just did not
because
record
I'm
my lap.
actually really excited.
So, moral of
But
the
side
story,
note,
don't
half of
trust
my
these little
sets
button
that
things.
I didn't include was because that
They're
thing
not accurate.
couldn't capture them, because I was relying on that to start and stop
Not
recording.
accurate,
So don't
I'm
trust
going
a
to retire
$2
this thing for the
gadget
rest of
off
its
of
life.
Temu, I guess is the moral of that story.
Um,
But moving on
I
to
might have to
what
do a
we all
voiceover
really care
if
about,
the
the pump.
audio enhancing
First, I
doesn't
have
work
to,
too great,
take off my
because,
headphones and whatnot. And
one of us gave
in
voicing day today,
3,
and I was listening over it
give it a
because
second, 2.
all you can hear are
I don't
the
know what
weights
I'm talking
banging
about
in,
here, but while we
music
actually
from
have
the
this
gym,
chance,
and people
I want to talk about some of my
chit-chatting.
goals with the
Gotta
content
figure it out
creation,
for it.
which was kind of
Which is
what I was
odd,
talking
okay, I mean,
about
it's public
here in
space.
this
It's
little
it's
segment
just
of the
about what you
video.
expect.
I was talking about how I had some long-term goals and some short-term goals,
Yeah.
where I'd love to one day dethrone King Coleman, and I also think Lee Haney in the record of Olympias. I'd love to have 9 Olympias, be the world record holder for most Olympias. And here I take off my pump cover. Ha, you thought I was going to be shirtless, didn't you? Take me out to dinner first, at least. That's the least you can do. Joking. I'd get shirtless for $5. That sounds really bad. But, yeah. I really want to compete in the Olympia and win the Olympia. That's probably my end goal with all of this.
Put it like over.
But, I'm not too worried about that right now, because I'm just enjoying the lifting, enjoying the progress. Because as Sam Sulik once said, the guy who likes walking is going to go further than the guy who just cares about the destination. And I do love this whole lifting thing and this whole bodybuilding thing, so I'm just dedicated to getting as big and as lean as possible. And then short term, in the near future, I would literally kill to be a controlled insanity athlete. So, I mean, if you guys want to give me a sponsor or even an affiliate code, I would be more than grateful, because I really love the message that they're sending out, and I also love their clothes. Should have worn some today, but I did not.
I won't be too worried.
So yeah, overall, those are really my goals. And here you'll see me working on some posing after I struggle to take my tank off, my beater off. But yeah, overall, those are my short-term. Well, my short-term goal is obviously that controlled insanity sponsorship or affiliate code, whichever one comes first. I'm assuming affiliate, and then if I do get big enough and if I do take this far enough, I'll get that sponsorship. But it's not like my life's riding on it. I've got some backup plans. But I was actually kind of happy with today's pump, which is a huge statement, because I'm usually never satisfied with what I have pump wise. So I'm excited to reveal it. I do a couple poses, and then at the end I talk about my cardio. So if you don't want to see all of these poses, skip forward until, I don't know, some point in time. But yeah, these are my poses.
Taking off the pump cover because I feel like I have an amazing pump, and then realizing I hate my physique. That is what I'm going through right now. But yeah, I'm just some posing. Because obviously I want to compete. If you compete, you're going to have to pose. Sorry about that. Yeah, do some posing. And then we're going to get out of here and do our cardio. We're going to start with front lat spread. That's the word I was looking for. Words are not my thing today. Okay. Rear lat spread. And then, yeah, side chest. Posing is one of the harder parts of this quote-unquote bodybuilding journey. Okay, maybe we can pull this back a little bit. I really want to start working on this side. I don't know my left or right, so I can't tell you which side is which. But I do want to start working on my posing on this side. For the dryers to pass. I do want to work on my posing for this side because I feel like it's very subpar, and I also might have some visual muscle imbalances that I'm going to work on, obviously. But actually no, I do look pretty good. Or so I say for the camera. You know, year and a half ago, if you would have told me, hey, you should do bodybuilding, you're gonna get crippling body dysmorphia, you're gonna hate the way your body looks more than you already do. You're gonna have the joints of a 40-year-old when you're 14, and so many other health complications. I would have been like, no, are you crazy? But now that I've had the experience, it's like, I wouldn't trade this for anything. Okay, I forgot to take the watch off. Always messes up my posing on this side. Whatever side this is. So probably yeah. Okay. So where are poses? Side tricep. No, I don't have a tricep. Low key, I am kind of happy with today's pump, which is not an everyday thing. Also happy with the workout. The one pose I do really love more than any other pose, I would say it's definitely most muscular, or the crab pose, depending on how you know it. Obviously, there is a ton of different ways to do it. My favorite is this one, and like really cover at it. So we're gonna do that as well. I look like crap. I'm also really out of breath. Do some aesthetic posing as well. Although I don't have the aesthetics for it. And then I suck at actual classic posing. Like front blacks and all that, if that is classic. I still have to do a research on that, but suck at my quarter turn. This one's actually really bad. So I mean, yeah. If by some miracle any posing coaches watch this and love some tips, any tips on my form, I would also love. Sorry about that. Any tips on my form?
Okay, so last little
love,
button
but
from
that is
editor
it for
me,
today.
or future
I'm gonna
me,
go
I guess you would
do
call
my
it.
cardio.
Me in a couple hours
And after
doing the
my cardio,
voiceover and re-recording
I'm gonna do
all
my
of the
cardio.
audio.
I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna eat
This
my
is me
post-workout meal.
saying I'm gonna do
Like,
some
prove
light
that I did my
cardio after
cardio.
this lift, and
Editor me in
I'm
the
going
future,
to,
like a couple hours, maybe
just
a couple
20
days,
minutes of
depending on when
like
this comes
incline
out.
walking or just
Boom.
regular walking on the treadmill,
In my
and I'll
hands.
pop it up
Wait,
right
let-
here on
let
my
me-
hands. And then I
let me
realized
bring
that
you
my
a little
hands
bit
weren't
closer
really
here.
in frame properly, so I was like, okay,
Boom.
wait, let me move
No, wait.
this up real
Wait,
quick.
okay.
So I zoom in
Yeah.
and whatnot,
Don't
and
do
I'm like,
content
editor
creation,
me,
it sucks.
pop up the picture.
Boom. Dang
And
it.
I realized my hands are out of
Boom.
frame, so I bring them up here.
In my hands,
Fun
you will
fact,
see
I skipped cardio and I had a cheat meal,
picture
so
of walking
we are
cardio
not
time
cool for
and
the summer.
everything.
But you know
But,
what? It
yeah,
was
man,
worth it. And
that's
then
really it for
I
today.
immediately go back to being a narcissist
Um,
and start looking at my very low tier back.
feel very schizophrenic.
So yeah, that's the last you're gonna
But,
hear from me.
yeah, it's all
Have a
a
good day.
process.
That's
We'll see how
it
this
for
video
today's
does.
video. I hope,
Hopefully have a new video
unless I
soon.
forgot
Should
some
look up there,
footage.
not down there.
But yeah,
But, yeah.
goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.